welcome to SteamPunk. This is your host, SteamPunk Bob, and we're going FTL, faster than light. Here's the usual warning when I do something rogue-flavored, so click here to direct power to your knowledge systems if you need it. Okay, that's out of my system, so let's talk about FTL. FTL is one of those games that tries to walk the line between turn-based and real-time. The combat is real-time, but you can pause anytime you like, issue orders, plan your strategy, or just ponder about how absolutely screwed you are. You are a data courier for the Galactic Federation, a space group who seems to be in a losing war with the rebel fleet. You and your crew are the only hope of the Federation's survival. Along the way, you'll deal with solar flares, pirates, asteroids, ion storms, pirates, nebulae, rebels, smugglers, more pirates, distress beacons, and the occasional ship of pirates. You play by shuffling your crew and reactor power to handle varying threats, while trying to scrape together enough of your other resources to deal with the other ways the galaxy is trying to kill you, while in a race against the rebel fleet. Most of your ship's systems work better when manned by crew, and in general a crewman gets more skilled in a task the more they do it. For example, manning the shields improves their recharge rate by 10%, but with an expert on the controls, they can have 29% faster recharge. Of course, your crew faces danger as much as your ship does. Hull breaches, oxygen deprivation, fire, boarders, weapons hitting their section of the ship, or random events can harm or even kill your crew members. Especially boarders. Especially mantis boarders. Man, I hate these guys. They deal extra damage in combat, and the computer has perfect timing for their transporters to pull back crew the instant before you would finish them off. Lost conditions are if your ship is destroyed, or if all of your crew are killed. Other than that, though, you are fine. I've had games where I lost my entire original crew, but the new guys I picked up along the way were just so committed to the Federation cause that they brought the ship further along before the whole thing exploded. This does raise some questions about who the player controls in the game, though, as you can't function without any crew, but you don't play as any single member of the crew. Oh well. In addition to their individual skill specialties, crew can be humans, or one of several alien species, each with advantages and disadvantages. For example, the mantises I mentioned earlier do move faster and deal additional damage in combat, but suck at doing basic repairs. Rockmen have 150 health as opposed to the standard 100 and are fireproof, but move much slower. Engi are pseudo-mechanical life forms with a knack for repairs, but their peaceful society hasn't exactly done their combat skills a favor. The ship-to-ship combat mechanics are also quite straightforward. Each type of weapon has a specific use, and these are either covered in the very solid tutorial, or rather obvious once you get out and flying. Lasers are your basic tool, hampered by shields but quick to recharge, and with enough of them you can basically jackhammer enemy ships to pieces, shields or not. Missiles ignore all but the most ludicrously potent shields, so they're important for destroying key systems. Beams are the most feast or famine weapon system. While unable to penetrate anything but the flimsiest shields, beams can lay down huge amounts of damage, breaking multiple enemy systems at once. And while your equipment is largely determined by the whims of the random number god, you'll tend to find a weapon style that you want to focus on and gravitate towards as you get more journeys under your belt. As with any roguelike worth its salt, FTL produces stories. I remember a friend who was more fond of boarding the enemy ships, telling me about one of his more amazing failed odysseys. After beaming his crew aboard the enemy ship, he aimed to disable enemy weapons, and failed to notice the enemy's hull condition, resulting in destroying the enemy ship while his entire crew was still aboard. FTL is a great little game, and unless you're allergic to roguelikes, you should get it. If you are allergic to roguelikes, you should probably get that treated. Then get FTL.